No, quick, isn't it?
Sorry. So this year, Michael could not be here. But the admin that he is, he did turn off the rain.
Make it rain, Jeremy!
Also, wow guys, this is the first time that I've been doing this or been attending, and y'all ate all the food. Sorry, local Austinites, no giant carfuls of barbecue leftovers. All right, so Norm, who has a big plate of food, come right up here. Matt, they will entertain you, and I am absolutely not responsible for anything they're about to say.
Poetry? You're asking for poetry? Somebody's going to say Freebird next, so we're just going to have to start singing. You kind of walked into that one, Norm. There's a lady. That's not Freebird. Close enough? Sure, Norm. Sure. Well, in any case, so last year Matt and I were up here. We are not full-time comedians, although Matt does moonlight as a comedian occasionally, doing variety. No, shh. He does not. He's just funny.
I'm totally boring. I tell nothing funny. Please don't ask me to tell jokes.
Yes.
I say up here with a microphone in my face.
In any case. So, got anything? Nothing? Not even just
Nope.
two peas?
Nope, I don't know about puns.
No pun for you.
Don't know about puns.
Okay. So last year we were up here, and if you don't recall, we had gone through and done a bunch of Yo LabVIEW jokes, and in the realm of Yo Mama insults as well. Well, and who here was not here last year? Just FYI.
Good. This material will sound new.
Yeah, exactly. Good call on that one. But before, actually, what we decided to try to do was do something a little bit different this year, just in case there were more people here. So we decided to try to come up with something that was maybe topical, and just come up with a series of things like a bunch of fake news.
That's a good idea.
So one of the ones that we came up with was, the White House just called Alec Davern and requested that there be a special version made for the Kremlin.
What's so special about it, Norm?
Well, that version would just have no probes. But that's the only one that we can come up with, and so we're not going to do that. We're not doing that. So we also came up with the idea that we'd come up with a series of tweets that were never posted online, and since we have, there's two recently defunct or defrocked NI employees.
But recently frocked LabVIEW champions.
Exactly, Chris Cellino and Alan Smith. We thought we had hacked their Twitter feed, but so we got to yell in the back. That's why they left NI, so they could become champions. That must be bad. That must be bad. It is. That's the only one who would believe something like that. So, but the hacked tweets that we had found, Matt had uncovered some of them. He wanted to share, and maybe we could make something out of that.
Yeah, they don't make any sense though. Maybe you can understand. Well, I'll read Chilio's, you read Alan's.
Okay.
Here's my 2 cents. I was eating a round mango at Taco Deli when Gee Whiz Depeche Mode came on the radio.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. And then it's like, I haven't heard that since they played Monkey Island backwards at the party for Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, and then Chileno came back with, when it comes to going commando, ignorance is bliss. What the heck does that mean?
I don't know. But in any case, none of these things really made sense to us.
No, not at all.
And so we decided to just go back and do Yo LabVIEW jokes, because that's all that we can figure out.
Should we get started?
We shall get started indeed. I think you're up.
Oh, yeah. So I just want to let you know, Norm, you're such a slow programmer. You're still trying to finish last year's coding challenge.
Well, that's true. I'm just that's why I'm doing the MC. But you know what? You know what? I know that your tell can tell a joke.
Can you?
Yep. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Loading. 123 of 2000.
Oh, that's just cold. That's just cold. All right. Hey, Norm.
Hey, Matt.
Your OOP design is so bad, your dynamic dispatch VIs want to override you.
Well, you know what? You're
What?
so clueless about OOP.
Yeah?
You thought the Goop Toolkit was something that you could give your kids to play with.
I did. What? Future engineer.
Well, you know what, Matt? There's this new technology about all these curved monitors coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Your code's so bloated that it turned it flat again.
Oh, man. Your code is so bloated it floated to the surface somewhere in Indonesia, and they're still trying to identify what the heck it is. 3 people got it, Norm.
People, they can't all be winners here, folks. I'm sorry.
Win the bet.
Okay. Well, you know what, Matt? I've heard that your code is so dirty, Patrick Swayze still dances to it.
That's true. And your code is so dirty, diagram cleanup just puts a big disable structure around it and calls it a day.
Well, that may be true. That's why I try not to use automatic cleanup here and there.
Yeah, that makes
You know what I've heard though, that you know the channel wires.
I
This
do
new
know the
technology,
channel wires.
You have yours so cross-linked, you actually get HBO on your front panel.
Hey, Game of Thrones, gotta give it something. You thought a channel wire was a telegraph between France and England.
That's right. Okay. Okay. Well, Matt, I've heard that your code is so terrible that search on NI.com will work before it does.
That's right, Norm. It's so hard to find anything in your code. Using the website would be an improvement.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, we went there.
The question is, will we be going back to work on Monday?
We will be going back to work on Monday. Tuesday is what I'm worried about.
So, Matt, oh yeah? Guess we're not going to work on Monday, that's the joke. You know, Matt, I heard a lot about your code documentation.
Uh-oh.
The only thing with less code on it is your Tinder, or no, less comments on it.
Just start from the beginning. Oh yeah.
Restart. It's just going to run continuously on this one. There we go. Matt,
Source control, revert to last. Done.
your code is so poorly documented, Matt. The only thing with less comments on it is your Tinder profile.
That's right, Norm. Please, please. The only reason people would ever swipe right on your code is to see the giant sequence structure that goes off into infinity.
That's okay.
Okay, Tinder joke worked. All right.
Well, you know, Matt, it's interesting that your last name is Matt Pollock.
It is.
The only thing that makes your code is the only thing that makes less sense than a Jackson Pollock painting.
Whatever, Norm. Your code's so obscure it actually gets all these jokes.
All right. Well, Matt, you know, there's certain amounts of documentation, but then there's working in classes, and I've heard that your class definition, your definition of your class, you're so bad at class definition that your actual documentation is just Merriam-Webster.com.
Ooh. Just gonna soak that in. That's right, Norm. Your OP skills are so weak. When I told you to use a class browser, you opened up the UT course catalog. And Norm, your code's got so many leaks, it surpassed global warming for rising sea levels.
Well, speaking of the rising sea levels, and controversial topics,
Uh-oh.
I would say that yours has more leaks than the Trump White House.
That's all right. You're so stupid at programming, you thought event registration was following CNN on Twitter.
Well, hey, the only event structure that you've ever heard of is the Austin Convention Center.
It's true.
Well,
You know, Norm,
yes, Matt.
you can do this one.
I can do this one?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Oh, yes, this is Yeah, you'll know why in a second. But you're going to do the next one. So, Matt, I've heard that you're so bad at debugging when you heard about inserting custom probes, you called your proctologist for an appointment.
That's true. Speaking of proctologists, you got so many kinks in your wires, your program needs a laxative to run.
That's a shitty joke.
So's your code.
Speaking of nasty things, your architecture is so ugly, your customers blew up your factory patterns.
Yours is so bad it got outsourced.
Well, you know, we heard a lot about packages and package manager and all these things going on over the next few days, but you know, and I heard your skills with VIPM are so bad that your package repository is just a P.O. box.
It's all right, Norm. You're still thinking instrument handles on the side of the box.
PXI has a handle too. Instruments inside of it, software. Okay. But hey, speaking of software, Matt.
Yes, Norm.
You've got so many nested loops in your diagram, a bird just flew out.
It's okay. Your LabVIEW code is so slow, the only way you can use quick drop is throw it off the roof.
Hey, you know what? It might be slow, but your code is so bad, you
Yeah.
must have used the wrong click framework.
It's true. I did. Hey, Norm.
Yes, Matt.
You're such a clueless LabVIEW programmer. You're still trying to promote the stack sequence structure shift registers in the ID exchange.
Hey, you still use the idea exchange? Hey, Matt. You know what? Your idea of like your UI design skills are so horrendous. When a customer asks for a modern UI, you actually use the modern control panel.
That cuts deep.
Plug for JKI, flat sequence or flat controls.
You know, Norm, there may be no I in team, but there's also no bugs without you.
This is for all of our LabVIEW R&D folk up there. So, you know what? You are so dumb when it comes to programming.
How dumb am I?
When I told you to file a car, you went and scratched up a BMW.
It's all right. Hey, Norm, I happen to know that VI Analyzer needed therapy after it saw your code.
Therapy's one thing, but you know what? Your code is so ugly, the hackers named WannaCry after it.
Speaking of which, your last customer called me. They're willing to pay you to make that code go away.
You know what? The code might go away, but you know what? Yours is so bloated.
How bloated is it?
It has more white space in it than the Trump inauguration.
Oh! Wow.
Take it 2 ways.
Let's change gears a bit. You know, you're so stupid about programming languages. When your manager asks you to integrate Python into the system, you said, no problem. Your splash screen now asks, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
You know what?
I don't know that.
You know what? Speaking of coding, your code I've heard is so bad that even LabVIEW marketing said it was bad.
Oh, man. It's all right, Norm. It's all right. Your code is so bad, LabVIEW marketing gave you a job offer.
Yet they hired Chris Cellino. He's not here. He can't defend himself. That's why we're doing these things.
We called him beforehand. It's cool.
Well, you know what? There's all these new information, new things in LabVIEW NXG. You know, let's hear it for LabVIEW NXG. Come on.
It exists. It's shipped.
Yeah, exactly. And not only does it do that, it even zooms. But I've heard your code is so slow, it does not zoom on NXG.
Ooh. That's right, Norm. Your code's so huge, the only way to get it to zoom is to strap it to his Tesla going ludicrous speed.
Zoom, 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 zoom. All right. Well, to end it out, Matt. At
Yes,
the end of
Norm.
the day, I don't know who exactly won, who has the worst code and practices, but I've heard that your code is so convoluted, your NXG migration path just says dead end.
It's all right, Norm. Your code's so simplistic, it'll actually migrate and work in 1.0. Thank you very much.